Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw AZ-3 from Star Wars. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Sometimes I start to laugh when I'm talking because I catch myself saying anything was weird. Like this time it came out with a little bit of a hua when I said okay, so it came out okay. So, you know, like I said, I can laugh at myself, so that's what I do. Alright, I've been having requests for AZ here, and this is another one that it doesn't generate with me, you know? Like, again, I'm an old man, I grew up with old Star Wars, Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca, all those kinds of things, and not the Clone Wars, like a lot of you did. And so that's where a lot of your passions are. So whenever you guys request characters that I don't understand or have no emotional attachment to, that's where I get thrown off. And I'm like, why do you want? But I gotta remember, this is my request. If it was my request, it would have been, you know, Boba Fett, you know, something I grew up with. You guys grew up with the Clone Wars, and that's what you like, you know? I get it. Celebrate your passions. I always forget what that is. So, what I'm going to try to do is mix it up a little bit. I mean, not mix up his drawing. He's going to look as much as I can like him. Like, I want to get it to look right. But I'm going to try a little bit of foreshortening. So, in other words, his arm is going to be pointed at you like that. So see how everything disappears? Well, we're going to try something just because I want his hand kind of coming at you. And so this one's going to be, because here's the thing, you know this character, you know what he looks like, right? So it's better to do it with something you're familiar with, because you're gonna know what it's supposed to be, right? Whereas if I were to do this with Bosk, you know, it might look a little strange, you not knowing what goes where. But because you're familiar with this character, it might make more sense. So we're gonna try some unseeable drawing, right? Okay, maybe not right. Maybe that's not what I'm trying to say. Not unseeable. How do I say this? Like, because you can't see his bicep. That's what I'm trying to say. Stuff like that. Like, you can't see everything because of the stuff that is in front of it. That's what I'm trying to say. This will be a pretty quick drawing too, because it's just I hate to say it's just a robot, but no armor, no weapons, things like that. That's what I mean by it's just a robot. I'm gonna try a little something different on the eyes too, because it's light, because those are light lines in his eye. I want to draw like the black parts you can see, and I'm not going to draw that part. I'm going to do that with color. Does that make sense? You'll see. Alright, so this one is going to have this big elbow coming out this way, curved up quite a bit. There we go. So we'll do some more foreshortening. So this thumb's going to be pointed at you. So something like that. Oh, there's knobs. Oof, that's going to be tricky. So his fingers are, there's balls in the joints. So I got to make sure I draw that part bigger. Yeah. But that's it. I think I am ready with my drawing. It's a little high. I probably could go a little bit lower, but yeah, he's floating, so we're fine. I say we welcome all the skippers and get going, right? Oh, let me erase. Let me erase. Now, what I'm doing is the beginning. My paper stays. Is I'm throwing lines down. I'm just sketching, right? I'm trying to get the position, the placement, and the proportions, and try to find those on the paper, like I see in my brain. As I get more confident with each one of those, then I start pressing harder. So when I'm ready, I lightly erase like this, and I'm erasing the sketch lines because those are super light. Confidence lines take more pressure, but I'm not quite applying enough pressure, so it doesn't quite disappear. So getting rid of our sketchiness, keeping our confidence, and that's how we're going to live our life, right? We'll go far and do amazing things, and we will be there celebrating together. Okay, I say we welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that a fine point can't quite find. Sketch the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. And if you want to see more Star Wars, check out that playlist right there, or just check out the playlist in general, because I do so many that I may have already drawn what you're looking for. So I'm going to jump right in and start off with his eyes just to make sure I've got them kind of parallel. And I talked about this in the sketch. It's going to be a little different. I'm just going to try to draw circles. They're not going to be perfect. That's fine. I'm going to try. I'm not worried about a perfect circle. Again, I'm going to try. But if it doesn't come out perfect, I'm okay with that. See? Look at that. Off. Off and sad. But I'm okay. That's fine with me. See? That one's not perfect either. So, here's what we're going to do. You can erase. I can't, so I have to try to make up for that. So I'm going to try to clean this up. But what I'm going to do for the eyes is I'm only going to accent the center part because it's got those light lines that are going through. And here's what I'm going to do. Watch this. Watch this. Okay, so I'm going to do like this. And this is where the circle's going to be, but there's only certain parts of it. So that's coming up. Let's go around like that. Another one like this, coming around like that. This one is like that. So see, it's supposed to be like a circle like that, but it's separated by the lines like that, right? Same thing over here. I'm just going to draw one big one, kind of where it would be. And I'm following my sketch. That's why I know where this is going to be. You can color those in if you want. I'm going to do it with actual color. So I'm leaving it open for right now. Here where the other part of the circle would be, and I'm pretty much going to do like I did there. Just going to draw like the outer edges of the circle. I know it's not a circle, but it's going to help with the color in the end. Okay, so let's do this. Because he's got levels and layers and stuff like that, I'm going to come back in and with a thinner line just to accent the edge. You don't have to if you don't want to. Something like that, just to accent the edge of the socket, right? The rim. All right, I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so let's continue drawing. I'm going to draw his dome, his head. Maybe I should bring it down. Let's do that. Let's bring it down so you can get a feel for the entire way of his shape. I'm going to bring it down a little bit like that, kind of give it a little 3D look, a little cylindrical look, like that's the back edge. And I come down here. Do this. I'm trying to determine that how many of these lines I'm going to do. Right, like I'll do these hard edge lines, and then because it's again 3D and layered and whatnot, I'm trying to determine like this how many of these edges I'm going to do and how many I'm going to leave light like this for accents, for highlights, right? Let's just do the whole thing. Okay, so then I'm going to connect this like this. Then I'm going to go up for his head. Now, my sketch is way over here, but again, that's what the sketch was. That was me trying to figure that out. So I'm just going to go up here like this. Go up here like this. Kind of, which one is that going to be? That's going to be that one, and then how about we go up just a bit, across, then down to that one. So, like I said, then we have these little accent lines. So I'm going to bring that down to here, parallel to this one. Bring that down to here, like that. All right, and then we're going to draw the rest of his head coming out. So I'm going to do one like that, coming down. Let's do the other side too, so I know where I am. That coming down. And then this one, this big old ear piece, is going to come all the way like that. I like that. I'm kind of stopping so I can get a feel for each side to see if I'm happy with these lines. Because if not, I'm going to draw more. You know, that's how I'm looking at it. All right, so I'm going to want to go up, then over, up, and over, something like that. And again, before I forget, I'm going to add that little accent line. Okay. And let's see, this is a big cylindrical disc, but we're looking at it from the front view, so I'm just gonna kind of do a rectangle, so to speak. I say that a lot, so to speak. That, and you know, I say that a bit too. It's funny when you record these every day and have to go back and listen to them and edit them and hear the way you speak, you notice a lot. You hear a lot of, oh, is that what I say? I'll tell you this, if you're going to do this, if you're going to record, you're going to make videos, you got to get used to your voice. That's one thing that a lot of people are like, ooh, that's what I sound like. Yeah, I sound that weird. You just got to live with that, you know? But I've played in bands, I've done all kinds of stuff where I've heard my voice over and over, so I'm used to it. I have no opinion on my voice. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to come down here for his neck. Do the same thing over here. And then I'm going to connect it, kind of like it's one piece going across, like that. Same thing. That's where his neck's going to be. Let's see, let's go ahead and add a little extra piece like that. Then we're going to draw his neck. It's crazy how little his neck is attached, you know? Like it's just these little pieces. Like that would never work, you know, as a robot. Come on. But you know what? We're talking about a show that uses magic, the Force. We're just gonna call it like it is. So sometimes you gotta let stuff go. You gotta say, well, you know, there's crazier things happening in this show than for me to complain about. There's no way a robot would work like that. Okay, let's draw his chest and his arms. Now, I've got his arm pointed at you. This one's going down, this one's coming right at you. So, let's see if I can get this look. going to do both sides since I'm here. So I can make sure I kind of get them the same. Something like that. Let's go ahead and draw his chest, and that'll give us, you know, roughly a start-stop point. Looks like a t-shirt. Let's see, he's got this big square piece. Something like that. And this is why I want to do accents, because it's not quite a solid line, this little bendy seam. But if you do stuff like this with a thinner Sharpie, or I guess a thinner line, you can kind of accent that it's not quite a big line anyway, you know? There's the sleeves of his shirt. I know it's not a sleeve. But his what do you call it? His collar. Yeah, all this, I'll do that with color, but I can kind of accent the other parts with this. Look how sloppy that is. Oh well, it happens. I'm not worried about that. Okay, so this arm is down, this one's actually, let's draw the arm one down so you see where we are, because I'm trying to point out a few things, that this one's going to be coming at you, so you got to know your anatomy, you got to know the parts you're drawing to make them hidden. See how that thumb just kind of, it's gone now, you know? If you were to draw that, you'd be like, well, why didn't you draw the thumb? Oh, it's there, but it's just pointed right at you. So you got to understand the parts before you get dynamic. So let's draw his arm out this way. Again, just so you understand what's going where. So it's coming out here to the elbow. And I know, you're probably yelling at me right now, like, I know what an arm is. I get that, but I just want to help you. That's what I'm trying to say. He's got that bendy, swoopy arm. Now, this thumb is going to be pointed at you. Exactly what I just said. It's like we're going to draw a hand, but the thumb's going to be pointed at you. So it's going to be a little dynamic, a little different, right? So there's his wrist, and we're going to go into the thumb, but we're going to disappear, right? Because it's kind of pointed at you. Then it's got bigger joints, smaller, and bigger, okay? And this is what I'm doing. So basically, there's a big round socket, smaller, knuckle, which is bigger than the joint, or the stem, I guess, and then another knuckle, so something like this, and then the tip, right? So just like your finger, here, here, and here, we're doing big round circles, big joints, right? All right, thinner stem, round point, thinner stem, round point, tip. Okay, so that's the same thing there. It's just more pointed at you, right? Not a lot I could do here with the smaller Sharpie because it's pretty much, you know, that's the edge. Just a big, thick metal edge, right? But I just wanted to get you to understand we're kind of doing the same thing over here with these joints, but they're pointed at you. Now, because it's pointed at you, it gets bigger as it gets closer to you. So that's the other thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be drawing a little bit bigger than we are over here. Now, here, you got to draw what's in front first. So I'm just going to go start with the fingers. This is where we're going to go. Right? So remember that there's that little tip, the round socket. A lot of them are, you can't see. Again, think of it like this. See that knuckle? As we're getting closer to you, a lot of it starts to disappear. So we're not being able to draw most of it because of what's going on. Or there's the segment, the knuckle. As the knuckle gets in front of the segment, the stem can't see it. So all I can really see is an edge like that, then the big old knuckle again. Alright? Stem, big old knuckle. I'm moving towards the hand. Stem, big old knuckle. Alright, so now we're going to draw the hand, like that, connected to, well, the thumb, I guess. So I'm going to do the same thing for the thumb. But, has it got, yeah, just as many. I'm going to go ahead and draw the hand right there. So see, it's kind of more pointed at you. So see what I'm saying? Like if you were to just draw it like that, it would look a little strange. And that's why I need you to understand what's in front, what's behind, that kind of thing. Just for the placement of the knuckles. That's really it. That simple. It just depends on how you look at it, you know? Think of it a different way. So same thing, the elbow is behind that piece. Alright, so that means the forearm, I'm sorry, the bicep is behind the knuckle. The elbow, which is in front of the shoulder. But all you can see of it is that much. Right, coming down. So now we're going to draw the shoulder. So see, as long as you plan it, as long as you figure it out, it looks a little thicker. Sure, I won't deny you that. As long as you plan it, you can come up with some pretty good drawings, depending on what you want to do. And I'm drawing like edges for the metal. Alright, so now we're almost done. So let's see, he does have some lines on his belly, but I'm going to do that with a smaller Sharpie. So I'm going to come down here, accent of course, and then draw his hips, I guess. What are these? These big old sockets. Good to me. Alright, let's draw his crotch. Alright, and his hover legs. Like it. A little bit further out on that one, and then we're just going to loop it around, kind of dome it. Dome. Now, did you see how I went back up like that? I didn't just all of a sudden go up like that. Don't let your past dictate your future. I saw that it was going to be a little further, so I said, you know what? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to come back to that line. Same thing here. Look at that. Oops. My hand just slipped. Go to that. So that one slipped a little. I can't brag about that one. I can't say, see? Don't look at that. Okay, so the little lines on his belly, I'm just going to accent them kind of like, let's see. Oh, this one needs to be closed off to give us the edge of that part. I'm just going to kind of come up here and do this. Something like that. Nothing too crazy, but there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is AZ-3 from Star Wars. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.